Hey, it's Matthew Harvey with the 12 o'clock siren, recording in the 903 Broadband Studios at Cowboy Corner on the southeast side of the downtown Leonard Square. On my left is James. It's quarter four Hartley.
Sic Semper Tyrannis. Look that up. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I'm coming with attitude today.
All right.
Yeah,
Say it again.
I like it. Sic Semper Tyrannis.
Googling.
Yeah. All right. And on my left, we got Jason Fuller.
I'm here.
Howdy.
I'm barely here, but I'm here.
Got a question for you guys.
Uh-huh.
What did the hat say to the scarf?
You said that last week.
Did I really?
I think so.
You really did.
So you go on ahead and I'll go around.
Yeah, I guess I'll just use that one next week too.
Yeah. May as
Just
well.
use it every week.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's
See
my
who's
joke.
listening.
That's just my joke. I'm not going to rewrite it. Oh man, I screwed that
We'll
one
see
up.
who's really listening.
Did y'all hear what I said off the top there?
The 903 Studios?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
pretty
like
cool.
Yeah, so we got our first official show sponsor, 903 Studios.
Yep.
I installed some Wi-Fi here at the studios, and it is hopping.
Yeah.
Yo,
Powered by
did you get the-
903 Broadband.
Did you get the password?
Yes.
Cool.
But don't tell
Good.
it. Don't say it on.
I haven't got it yet.
Don't say it. We've got something else here.
We do.
We have the former athletic director, head coach, fellow Jeeper,
Yes.
Mr. Mike Lipsey.
Hello. How are y'all?
Sorry,
how are you,
of
sir?
Celeste High School. I didn't even say that.
Yes.
Celeste High School.
Yeah.
Head
got a
coach.
Jeep?
Well, I'm famous.
You are
know.
famous.
There you go.
What kind of Jeep you got?
99 Wrangler.
He's
Cool.
a TJ guy too.
Another
Three TJs at this table.
three
Yeah,
TJ
he's-
guys.
What do you think about that?
Cool.
I'm failing
You
here.
need to step your game up.
That's why I'm coming with all this attitude today.
I guess
Feel
so.
singled out.
Because you don't have a Jeep.
I don't have a Jeep. Not cool enough. Can't afford one.
You can drive mine.
Oh,
Everybody can
thanks.
afford a TJ.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. I went and priced I guess it was a 2000 model. It was like
TJ.
$8,000 or something.
Yeah.
I was like,
Coach has been rocking
20
that
years.
TJ since at least 98.
Yeah.
I was,
brought
work-
it-
I was
I brought
working
a
at the
new-
Quick Check then,
yes.
and he
Nice.
was just hopping around town
Yes.
in that thing,
I
top
need
off, doors off all the time.
Yeah, I need a new top on it now
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
kind of worn.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I don't have a back window. Never
Oh,
have.
no.
Just don't do it.
I got a hard top, but I need a new hard top because it's that plastic stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
will-
help. When you take them off,
Yep.
be careful. They'll drop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just bought a rain gear, which just goes over the top
Oh.
and lets you keep your top off underneath, and it just covers the rain.
Could I be in the club
If it's
I
not
had,
a daily driver, it's great, but if it's daily driver, it's kind of a pain.
Yeah.
Could I be in the club if I had like an old school Cherokee?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
I'll do that.
Still has Jeep in it.
It's got Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Maybe get a postal Jeep.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
There
That'd
you
be
go.
awesome.
Hey,
like
but
that.
you're on the wrong side.
I like it. I like it.
So you have a long tenure in Celeste, Texas. I was just asking you pre-show here. What are your roots, and what are your where do you come from?
Yeah, I grew up there.
Okay.
And I'm 60.
All
so,
right.
Yeah, I've been
Looking good for
I've
60.
been there forever.
Yeah.
I would have said 48,
There you
I
go.
like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come back.
It's all that skiing.
but I know better.
Yeah, right, right. No, I grew up there, lived with my grandparents and stuff, and my mom and grandparents, and I rode the bus with my grandpa
Okay.
before I ever got in school.
And who are your grandparents?
Haskell Biggs and Pansy Biggs, and Papa drove the bus, and they called him Old Crow, and they called me Little Crow.
Nice.
Now Crow still stands, but you had to graduate to be able to call me that.
Oh, man.
That's old. That's real old.
I wish I had cool nicknames
Yeah.
like that.
That's
you know?
old.
You want me
Still
to
get
give you one?
hassled?
No.
Get hassled to the Quick
No.
Check in the morning or anything?
No, the old men in there tell me what
Yeah.
I should be doing.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was coaching, they would always come in and tell me I should have ran this or should have done
Yeah.
that. Or I said,
We'll get into that
yeah,
later.
oh yeah, hey. Oh yeah.
So you graduated high school in Celeste.
And 77.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What did you do after that? Did you want to be a coach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to be a coach since the 6th grade.
Okay.
I just did. I mean, I was the manager for the teams, and I was around it my whole life, and we played everything. When you're Celeste, you played everything.
Mhm.
If you could walk, you played, and we just went to school over at ETSU.
Okay.
Common,
Now Commerce.
A&M Commoners now, but
Yeah.
we won't talk about that part.
Yeah.
But went over there and got out of there at 81 and went to Union Grove down by Gladewater. I was
right.
there for 4 years. After that, I went to Hallsville for a year, and then
Hallsville.
Hallsville.
Where's Hallsville?
It's what is it? East of Longview.
Okay.
Yeah, east of Longview on Highway 80.
All
Goes
right.
right through it. And I was there for a year. It was a 4A at that time. And when I left there, I went to Spring Hill, and I was at Spring Hill there in Longview. It's right next to Pine Tree. And I was there for 6 years, and then I came back to Celeste in 93 because they had started baseball.
Yep.
And the whole time I was gone, which we didn't have baseball in Celeste when I went to school, we just had Little League. And when I was down in all these other towns, I was assistant baseball coach. And I learned under some good guys, and I knew they were starting baseball up. And I just had a divorce, so it was one of those times. Hey, let's
Good
move.
timing.
Yeah,
Time for a change.
yeah. Let's move and go home. Never say you won't go home.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I used to say that, but don't ever say that again. So,
Yeah.
and I came back.
So your folks still lived in Celeste at that point? You kind of.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a comfortable move.
Oh yeah. It
So
was-
who was working at the school? Anybody you knew, or people you may have still been there?
Oh yeah, I still had some teachers that were still there.
Yeah.
Pam Evans.
Okay.
She was there. Let's see who else. Ooh, you can put me on the spot now. I can't.
Coaches, I don't know.
Yeah, no, the coaches. Hey,
Yeah.
that's the one thing about it. Before I came back, the coaching door was pretty easy.
Right.
It was like what you call revolving door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but when we came back and started back then, Ron Sanderson was the head coach.
All right.
And then he decided to leave after 4 years there. And Steve Sumrow and I both applied for it. And, he's a Celeste boy too.
Mm-hmm.
So we both applied and went in there and talked to the school board. And we left, and I went home and put my shorts on, watching the Ranger game. And about 30 minutes, the school board calls and says, "Hey, can you come back up here?" And we got some other questions. I said, "Sure, I'll be there in a minute." Before I could tie my shoes, Steve walked in the back door. Didn't knock. He just walked in, and he says, "You know what they want, don't you?" I says, "Yeah, I think so." He says, "Well, I'll be the head coach if you'll be the AD." And I looked at him and I said, "I can do that."
Cool.
Wow.
And the first thing they asked us said, "Can you two get along?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we looked at each other and said, "Well, we'll probably argue,
Yeah.
but
we
we'll
get
get
along.
it. But we'll get it done."
Yeah.
And we did. And
Cool.
for 11 years, we were pretty good. I
Right.
mean,
That's a
we
good story.
we went to 2 state championships.
Yeah.
But if you notice,
No rings.
No ring.
Yeah.
Wedding ring.
yeah, that was it.
It's much more important.
Yeah, you're true. Hey,
Well,
but both those years, the wife would ask, "What do you want for Christmas?" I said,
state
"A
championship.
ring."
Yeah, that's right.
A ring.
Well, and I mean, not to sound like it, because notice I have no state championship rings either,
Yeah.
but just getting to be a part of it.
Oh
is,
man,
is,
it was-
is-
it was-
you've won.
yeah,
you
it
know,
was
at
great.
that point.
So in what shape was the program in when you took it over?
Oh, it was still good. I mean,
Still pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
good team every year.
now here's the thing about little schools. It's like a roller coaster on talent.
Oh, sure.
But for 11 years there, we had really good talent, really good kids, great kids. I mean, you take them home with you if you had
Oh,
to.
yeah.
And sometimes we did, because we were just
Yep.
like second dads.
Yep.
And I mean, I can see them now. And Coach, how you doing? All that. So
Oh,
it's fun. It was a lot of fun. But we was in good shape. But we had, you had the run of the Rector boys.
I remember them.
yeah.
We played against those guys a lot. Quite
Yeah.
a
Probably
bit.
about 60 miles knew about the
Jamaica
Raptors.
was my age.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
He
we
was
had
in- I
had
think
a
he was
lot
in
of
my
the
class.
Evans boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We had the Bernard boys.
Yep.
We had the Browns, Brandon Brown.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Six
first
foot-
year we
6'6"
went-
or whatever he is.
oh my God, have you seen his hands? They're as big as this table. I mean, good gosh. And but we just had great kids, and
Sure.
and they played together good, and and they all got along. When one went somewhere, usually they were all there.
Right.
So it was great. The first year we had, Brody was our quarterback and stuff. It was good. I mean, we had those are the good old days. I could talk about them forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days very well. We were jealous of those days over here in Leonard.
Yeah.
So 2 state championships, both in football?
Yes.
Or-
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where were they played at?
The first one was in Rose Stadium down in Tyler. We
Yep.
played Burkeville.
Okay.
And the second one was against Petrolia over in Capel.
Oh, wow.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I know.
Number those back-to-back years. I tried
Yes,
finding out
yes.
some
Jeez.
stats on that, and I had
It
kind of a hard time.
was 01 and 02, I think.
Yeah.
What do you remember
See,
most about that time frame, or being in the state championship?
Just the kids and all the great games that we had.
So
Sure.
I,
You know.
I don't want to bring up bad memories, but 2 years in a row,
But he's going
correct?
to.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
both,
we got
both
second.
times you come up short. So what do you say to kids on the way home from that game?
Hey, you did all you could do.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You did
You just
every-
got to stay.
Yeah.
Don't
Hey,
dwell on it.
Exactly. Hey, number 2 in the big state of
Yeah,
Texas is
that's-
pretty stinking good.
Probably better than number 1 in a lot of states.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. I mean,
What was it we heard this weekend at the event? It's not like number 3 in Bailey.
yeah, exactly, right. But like the first year we got beat by Burkeville, and we knew they were fast, and we tried every kind of draw play, screen play, everything you could think of to slow down their rush, and Brody got beat up so bad he couldn't play until he missed the Leonard tournament in basketball.
Oh, wow.
Because he got beat up so bad.
Wow.
You think the line coach would protect him a little bit better, but
Hey, man.
you know.
State game.
Who was that line coach?
Yeah, who was that line coach? I don't know him. So, but but hey, here I still say this: in that first game, we got the kickoff and drove it all the way down, got inside the 10, and we're running. Rod Givens is our running back, and I mean he was good. He ran. Who's that pro guy? Played for SMU. The running back for SMU went. Y'all think of his name?
Which
Curtis
Eric Dickerson.
Dickerson.
Yeah.
You know how he ran with his knees
tall
up?
and kind of straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and running up his knees up.
Mhm.
That's what he did. I mean, he ran just like that. But hey,
It
There's
gets it done.
the safety came up and hit him just right, and we fumbled.
Right.
Mm.
That
You
kind
know.
of set the tempo for the game
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the second one, which I didn't think we were supposed to be there, really, because we'd lost Brandon Brown, we lost Brody, we lost Rod, we lost Chris Bernard. We had like, I don't know, 8 or 9, and with a Class A.
So what got you there that second year? Just experience, or
I think a little bit of that, and probably a little bit of luck.
hey, it's
and-
better to be lucky than good.
Hey, yes,
Every day.
yes. Hey, our 2 best games in both of those was the semifinal games. I mean, the semifinal games, because hey, we didn't have nothing to lose,
Right.
Sure.
and we played smooth and easy.
Yeah.
The first game we played against Stratford, and at that time Stratford had a 30-game winning streak. The last time they'd been beat was Salina.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and we played them in Childress at the brick football field.
Jeez, it's probably cold up there, too.
It was, but it wasn't bad.
Gotcha.
It wasn't terrible. But the coolest thing, the Rector boys showed up for that game. Okay, so we got up there. We had a 5-hour bus ride, but we had a dog. We went on a big Greyhound. It was good. I didn't have to drive. That was perfect.
Absolutely.
And Stratford had this, tradition, I guess. Every game, every field they got to, they would line up with their helmets, and they would hold helmets, like this, and they'd walk the field and come back.
Okay.
Well, we had a bunch of our freshman kids out there playing around, loosening up before
Yeah.
the game. I mean, we were still, 2.5, 3 hours before the game.
Yeah.
And a lot of the kids were moving out of the way so they could do it. Well, we had director boys there.
They're like, nope.
And it was Andre and Jamaica.
Mhm.
And they went, that ain't happening. I mean, they'd already graduated, okay?
I
And they're out there playing catch. And when they came through, they made them break the string, boy. I said, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
But Stratford had the biggest offensive line I ever seen.
Like horrifying.
Oh
You're
my
like,
God, they looked
Yeah.
like college.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was so sweet, that game. I
Yeah.
mean, but here's the thing: we were down 28-7 at half, But right before half, Brandon Brown, who got Defensive Player of the Year that year, put the quarterback out
Oh, man.
on a sack and broke his collarbone.
Oh.
Okay? The game ended up 32-31 us,
Oh, my gosh.
and we kicked a field goal. Guess how many
So you
field
pretty
goals?
much shut them down in the second half then.
Guess how many field goals we kicked that year?
Probably not.
One.
Matter.
So you're sitting there with this field goal lining up going, oh, man, here we go.
Well,
Here we
hey,
go.
we came out the second. Well, coaches, we always get together after, at halftime. We go in and talk, and we were trying to figure out stuff that we was going to try to do the second half. And I told them, I said, look, I'm going to go in and check on the boys, see how their emotions were. And I walked in there, and Brody was standing up on one chair, and Brandon Brown was standing up on the other chair, and they were chewing everybody out.
Right.
I mean, they were saying, I remember Brandon, hell, we ain't even started playing yet. We ain't come this far, all the big speech.
So did you just kind of back out?
I walked back outside, and I looked at the other guy, I looked at Sumrow and Coach Smith, and I said, we're okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're okay. And Brody comes out the second half and throws for 304.
Oh, man.
Hey, he hits that first pass to Kinsley Evans, and he splits the safeties for 94.
Oh, man.
And I go, whoa, okay,
Here
we're
we
on.
go.
Got a little
It's
pep
ball
in our
game
step.
again.
We're
Yeah.
on. We're on. But that game there was just, hey, and you know how games are weird? Well, earlier that season, and probably the year before, we had lost a kid. And we had lost another kid. So in car wrecks.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd kind of put that year kind of towards them,
Mhm.
Sure.
And one game we won 33-19, and that was the two kids' numbers.
Oh,
wow.
man. Yeah.
How about that?
That is, yeah.
How about that? Hey,
Gave me chills.
yes, I know. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. And then in that game, in the semifinal game, the second half, the fog rolled in, and you really couldn't see the other stands.
Really.
And we started throwing the fade, and
Just
when
chewed
we
them up.
threw it, when we threw it on their side, you couldn't tell if they caught it, but you could hear their fans going, oh.
That's funny.
Yeah, but it was
using the weather, right?
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, hey, but it was sweet.
Wow.
Those games like that, I could, how I could tell you everything that goes on. I still remember them.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Now,
yeah,
now,
sure.
hey, I don't remember what I did yesterday, but I got that down.
Kind of like talking to Fletch.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's
I
what
think
we
we had
do.
the same conversation with
Yeah.
Eddie. I remember every play.
Oh yeah, we do.
So what's that like with your son? Going through that with your son as a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Especially reaching the state tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
So
I didn't realize that they
Excuse me, the
all
state
got there that far,
finals.
but yeah, they
Yeah.
sure did.
It
That's got
was-
to be a roller coaster.
It was fun because when he came to live with us, because he lived with his mom,
Mm.
and he came to live with us his sophomore year, and we went to the first, and that's when Jamaica was still playing.
Mhm.
It was his senior year,
Okay.
and we went to the first practice in 2-a-days, and Brody was trying quarterback, and the other kid was trying quarterback, and Brody just threw a go route, and driving home in the Jeep that
Yep.
night, he goes, Jamaica probably make me a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, bud, you just get it within 6 feet of him, he'll catch it.
He'll go get it.
Hey, he just threw it up, and he goes gets it. And it was good, but it was a lot of fun. There was one story on him, Coach Smith, Jeff Smith, I just love that guy because he's another coach. I mean, he's a coach, and he's maybe one of the best basketball coaches in this area, but he's a good football coach. And we were playing that same year over against Gunner, and you know all about Gunner. They're always good.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
And we went down and scored on them first, made 7-0. And we're coming down to score again, and Brody throws an interception in the end zone. And here they come, and he's the last guy to get it, and he's coming up to square up on him. And they had a big linebacker, number 99. I'll never forget. And he wiped him out.
It happens.
I mean, he goes under the bench over
Yeah.
there on the sideline, and he gets up, and he's just, I mean, he's so competitive,
Sure.
and he's just, tears coming down, and snot coming out the nose, and all that stuff. And I said, "You okay?" And he starts beating his chest. He can't hurt me. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
That looked pretty bad.
I know. That's what I thought. You better check him. And then him and Coach Smith kind of got, a little cross right there because that was their first kind of, adversity.
Right.
And Coach Smith says, "You better get control of me." I said, "He ain't my boy this time. This is during the game. He's your boy."
Yeah.
Right. It was just those things like that you remember and just have a lot of fun with. So
Now, we always ask this, we asked it to Fletch and asked it to our friends who are coaches, playing or coaching. What do you prefer?
I think I could still play a couple of downs. I'm not sure, but I think I can play a couple.
Still got the spark.
Yeah, I think that's the reason I referee now because I think I could still do a little bit. But
Most everybody has said they actually prefer coaching to playing.
I think, was it Fletch who said he preferred it?
Coaching.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about getting someone to achieve
Do
what you want them to achieve.
Yeah. And one of the good things about that is, and I see this all the time, coaches put in offenses and stuff that don't fit the kids.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah. Well, sure.
See what kind of kids you have in two-a-days and, you got to have an ideal of what kind of offense you want to run, but that's the thing I liked about Jeff so much. The offense he had, if you had good running backs, we could run the ball. Sure. If you had good receivers like Jamaica, we could throw the ball.
Right.
And it was it was a multi-offense, and but a lot of people, I'm not going to blame them because like Bell's here lately, they had a great running game.
Right.
They came in and 2 years ago they were all
They
pass.
were a very pass heavy
all
team.
pass.
They
Yeah.
sent a couple kids, I think, a couple quarterbacks to college.
Yes, yeah. But now they
now
line
they
up.
strictly run the football.
Yeah, they line up.
The Bills fan base was not exactly on board when they started this year.
Well, sure.
Right. But I think Coach up there, he did a good job, and he went to school with Brody.
Right.
That the guy did.
Really?
Dale. He's a good young coach.
Gotcha.
Good young coach.
Where did Brody go to school previously?
Over at Commerce,
Okay.
A&M. Yeah.
No, but high school.
Before that, Union Grove,
Okay,
and then when he came to Celeste in his sophomore year.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Then he ended up in
Commerce.
Commerce.
Here's Union Grove was the first job I had, and that's where I met his mom.
Sure,
And,
gotcha.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sure.
So
You bring up the rectors a lot. So we got Demetrius,
Mm-hmm.
who graduated, must have been 96, 95
A
maybe.
few years before me, yeah. And Andre.
yeah.
Andre was like 02 maybe.
Yeah,
Or
he
was
Now,
it-
hey, Demetrius was 99.
was it
yeah,
99?
Yeah, because he was before Brody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jamaica was
Then
my
he was
then
my
Jamaica-
age. Jamaica
and
was
then
your age.
Yeah.
Jamaica's
and then Jamaica,
2000.
yeah,
and
Yeah,
then
Jamaica
Andre.
was 2000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Andre was my class, I think, 02.
Yeah, Brody played with Jamaica and
Andre, yeah.
but he only had 1 year with Jamaica,
Right.
and he had, I guess, 2 years with Andre.
And there was another one right after Calvin.
TJ and
Yeah.
Calvin.
Yep.
Kenneth played
Yep,
against.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're about your age.
TJ and Calvin.
Yeah.
Now, hey, TJ, he might have had the best run of a playoffs of any of the rectors.
Really?
Yes. He had one of the best runs
Really?
that you ever had, and that was that second year.
Mm.
He just
Dominated.
yes.
What schools did they all go to? I forgot what Demetrius went. where
They
he
went to. I knew you was going to ask me that. Southwest Missouri State.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I believe
right.
so.
Yeah.
Andre in Jamaica for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Jamaica went on to be on the Cowboys
Cowboys
practice team.
played-
and
Yeah,
brought him
played.
up to special teams a
Yeah, I
couple
watched
times
him,
and receiver.
He
Right?
Yes.
returned a punt on TV.
Yeah.
one
Yes.
game.
I was at the
Against-
Irish
yeah.
Rover working
And
that day.
I think I
very
was
proud.
with you.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see everybody watching the Cowboys and
Yeah.
Jamaica's receiving the
Yeah, and you went. I know that
ball. I was
guy.
like, yeah, that's
Jamaica hit me harder on a football field than I've ever been hit by anyone in my life. He literally turned me a flip.
He,
Oh,
hit,
hey,
he hit
he's-
me harder by a fastball than anybody ever been hit by in
Really?
my life. Yeah.
Yeah, we played
Hey,
against
used
him
to
in
pitch.
And the bad thing about it, he didn't even
Pony
like
League.
baseball
Yeah, I know.
because it's too cold. I made the mistake one year of telling him we played up in Sam Rayburn, and it was cold.
Mm.
I mean, cold. And we didn't play very good. We got beat 2-1. I said, Dadgummit, y'all know it's going to be cold. If you ain't going to play, don't show up tomorrow.
He didn't show up, did he?
Bad thing. Don't ever say that. But I always put him on the eligibility list
Oh,
just
yeah.
in case.
Yep.
He played for Arizona Cardinals too. I
Yes,
saw.
to the Cowboys, yeah.
yes.
And the Edmonton Eskimos
Uh-huh.
in the CFL.
Yeah. Hey, and Demetrius played up there too
That's
for a little
right.
while,
Yeah,
for a little bit.
and he coached.
But he
he
said-
coached in Leonard as well, right?
Yes, yeah. Hey, and Demetrius said that one thing about the Canadian Football League,
Mm.
they don't protect you during practice. They beat you up.
Really?
He said he ain't never
Get
been
tough.
beat up. Yes, he said I ain't never been beat up so bad in my life.
Wow.
So
You
by
know.
the time they get to a game, it's easy money. Then.
Oh yeah, or they can't play.
Yeah,
They're so
they
beat up.
broke.
Yeah, I mean, he came home and he, I know, I mean, he never told me this, but for about a year, he wasn't, he was still sore,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
and then finally, I mean, now, he looks like a stud. I mean, he lifts all the time, and
Sure.
that stuff. But yeah,
See,
yeah, me too. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, right.
you're pulling into Celeste in 1992.
Mm-hmm.
Is Demetrius on that team? Is that who you're
Oh
coaching?
yeah.
And
When I
what-
pulled in there that first year when I came to interview, Demetrius was 8th grader.
okay.
Yeah.
And then you got another big name, Shalonda Ennis.
Yes. Now she
who
was
tearing it up in the ladies.
Yes. She was a
gym.
senior, I believe, when I got there.
She was on
I
her
know I
way
got
out.
to see her last in the States
Okay.
because the first year in state, my stepdaughter, Tina Udi, she was on that team, but she graduated.
Okay.
So when she graduated in the spring, I came in the fall.
And they won state.
Yeah.
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 What was that like? That must have been. We moved as a
Oh.
family to Celeste in '92,
Right.
so we
Oh,
didn't
that
know
was-
anybody. But there's a lot of fanfare.
Well, here's the thing. With Shalonda on the team, I mean,
It's kind of a
that's
given.
kind of, yeah, that's kind of, LeBron playing against
went on
high
to the
school
NBA.
kids. Can you imagine that guy
Yeah.
playing against high school kids?
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw her play one time. We was playing in Mineola, the old gym in Mineola. I don't remember who we played, but she had like 102 or 3 fever. She played. Every time she came over, they put a big, blanket over her. I'm going. And she probably had 25, 30, and you're going,
Jeez.
She
Really?
probably could have played with the guys.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember watching her at the holiday tournament. She was
oh,
insane.
yeah.
And then she graduated. They won state next year too. Am I
yeah,
wrong?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Without her,
Without her, yeah.
so they had a pretty solid team.
Oh, yeah.
Either
yeah,
way.
Yeah. Hey, but, Susan Morton was such a good coach.
Yeah.
I mean, she got it out of them. I mean, my wife thinks she's a goddess,
Right.
because she was just great with the girls and made them play and, that kind of stuff. But, Celeste girls have always been good,
Right.
I mean, when I was in school in junior high, they were still playing 3-on-3, which people may not know what that means now, but
Right.
that shows a little age.
Sure, yeah.
But we played,
I
we
think
played
it's
them
a
in.
Sprite tournament.
Yeah, we played them. Yeah, exactly. We played them in junior high in practice, and we would go against them. And Demetrius and Jamaica's and Andre's mom, Linda Henry,
Yep.
she was in my class.
Okay.
Now Linda could
I
do
remember. I worked at the Quick Check. I remember her.
Yes,
Yep.
Linda could do anything you wanted.
Yep.
Yes.
So
She-
the Rejector Boys got it.
oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. They got it from the Henrys and the Rectors.
Yeah.
The Celeste Henrys and the
She was in your-
cattle
your
and the
class.
Cattle Mills Rectors.
Mhm.
Yeah, oh yeah, she
That's
was in my
cool.
class. Yeah,
Right on.
yeah. She's all right.
That's all kinds of rewarding then. Growing
Oh
up,
yeah. Then I had to,
coaching classmates' kids.
yeah.
and
Oh
your
yeah.
son and
Yeah.
right on.
I still get a lot of I still had a lot of those kids and stuff.
Yeah.
So knowing their parents that well, you knew how to keep them accountable, and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Call your
you
mama.
could get something
Yeah.
done.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I could blackmail them a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I could tell them, I said, look, you're better than your mama and daddy, so you need to play to bring up your family.
It's funny working at Quick Check during that time because I was about the same age as them and got a unique perspective being from here, just working, knowing everybody in town.
Oh yeah.
It was fun to get to know the Celeste folks.
Yeah. Quick Check's the way.
There's only one in
yeah,
town.
oh yeah.
Or only
Yeah,
one
that's
store
where
in
everybody
town.
goes. Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows it up there. So Susan Morton and Scott Green, I guess, were the
Yes, they were the coaches.
were the coaches
Mhm.
there, and I got their records from those 2 years. Do you know what they were?
I have no idea. But
the
I
90.
imagine when you get to the losses, it'll be single digits, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. 91, 92 looks like 37-0.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah.
And the 92, 93, I guess Shalonda was a factor. It was 35-1.
You know the one?
So if she'd been there, they would have won that game.
You know the one?
What's that?
You know who they lost to?
Who was it?
Brock.
Mm.
You know where? Leonard Tournament.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Hey, in the little gym.
Oh,
The
yeah.
old
Oh,
gym.
yeah.
Hey. Yeah, not the old
the
gym,
old
but
gym.
it's a junior high gym now.
The
Yeah,
old
okay.
gym now.
Yeah, not the old gym,
Yeah.
but yeah. Hey, let me tell you.
The one with the gas leak.
Probably, yeah. Hey, but you know, it's all that one side. They had chairs all the way around
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
the court, and I sat right underneath the goal.
Hey,
Hey, nowadays the referees won't let you do that,
Sure.
but
Sure.
then they did. Ooh, hey, that was a good game.
That's a good seat.
That was a good seat.
Yeah.
A lot of heated games in the. in
I
the
remember
holiday
a lot of
tournament.
those
Oh yeah,
holiday tournament games, standing room only.
Yes.
It was hot in there.
yeah, yeah.
It's hard to breathe, and
Yes.
all the folks crammed on top of each other. And
Yeah.
the fans on the same side was an interesting
Yeah.
dynamic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That can get.
I imagine
Spicy.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to my little brother played with TJ in spring basketball.
Oh, yeah.
And TJ had a rowdy following.
Oh yeah.
And I forget who they were playing, but it got pretty heated.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
TJ and Calvin and those kids, they could ball, man. They
Oh
were
heck
good.
yeah.
Year we played Van Alstyne in Van Alstyne, and Stephen DeLeon got kicked out of the game. Matt Becknell got kicked out of the game, and Matt Becknell's 30-year-old brother got kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
The whole Becknell family just.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
I think I was a freshman or a sophomore at the time, just kind of like, what's going on here? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So-
That was fun.
Who's the hot competition football wise district and even when you get up to the state level? Who are y'all looking at?
This year?
No, back
Oh,
in,
back-
in the run and you know,
Oh,
district teams that you're rivaling with or
well,
Celeste was 1A during
Yes.
most of those
Yes,
times, right?
yes.
So we were
It was-
different district. and
right.
We're
so-
2A.
yeah, y'all were 2A.
Yeah.
And, well, it was always, you know, Wolf City and District.
Yeah.
You know, it was always a fight every year with them.
Oh, yeah, they had JQ and Michael
yeah.
Paul, and those guys were
Yeah.
good, too.
It's the
Yeah.
second time he's come
Yeah.
up
That
Yeah.
is.
on this podcast.
They were good, too.
Need to see if we can get him on.
Hey, I'm telling you, that sucker could play. Hey, he could play some basketball, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
And who was the big guy that played basketball?
Fran?
Fran
Fran.
was but the big tall kid.
Oh,
Woodard.
okay, before my time.
Yeah.
In my time, that tall kid was Jake Davis.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We played a class that one of the kids had one arm.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you remember
Yeah.
him. He was
Yeah.
a point guard and he was
yes,
phenomenal.
I remember that.
He also
Yeah.
pitched.
Yeah,
Yep.
he
Yeah,
pitched
he was
in
really good.
baseball.
Yeah.
He won
Quarterback.
tennis, too. He was real good at
Yeah.
tennis.
You talk about a defeated team. We were.
Oh
We
yeah,
got beat
yeah,
every
big
time.
by one hour guy. Yeah.
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 Ugh.
He was
Wolf
pretty
City was like the one
exceptional
game we wanted to
athlete.
win, and sometimes
They
it
just
didn't
couldn't do it.
happen.
Yeah. Well, you know, Tenahall was always
Oh,
real
yeah.
good.
Mhm.
Burkeville was always good. We played Dawson one year. They were really good. Petrolia, we got them. You know,
Sure.
Brody's year we beat them pretty good. You know, and then the next year they got us at state. You know, so that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Petroleum must be West Texas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a South Texas
Hey,
town.
yeah,
If
they're
I've
up
ever
Midland,
heard of one.
Odessa.
Yeah, they're up by Wichita Falls.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wichita Falls.
Yeah.
I tell you, another good team was that gave us trouble was Detroit. And you
Yeah.
wouldn't think about Detroit being football.
Right.
You know, there'd be more basketball, but
Sure.
whew, they could play. They had some
So
boys.
what was it like having your son as the quarterback? Could you get some input to the team that you wanted to through him?
Well, no, because
him
Brody.
being a coach's kid.
Yeah, but Brody was more real quiet. You know, he didn't. You know, if something went on, I was probably the last to know.
Yeah.
You know, you know. I mean, if I
Sure.
ask, you know,
It's
but I'm nothing.
Maybe better that way. Too.
Yeah, it probably was, but no, it was you know pretty calm, you know. But the thing is, during football, I didn't really coach him, you know, because I did the line and stuff, and he was quarterback. I just watched him, you
Yeah.
know. And that was probably more fun.
Sure.
You know, basketball. You know, Coach Smith, you know, did that. I assisted, and I'd yell at him sometimes, and he'd do this, you know. And but baseball, now I coached him in baseball, and that was fun because I put him at catcher, and the catcher's the quarterback, you know, on the
Sure.
baseball team. He touching the ball all the
Right.
time, and I mean we had some really good teams back there. I mean we were 20-1 one year and got beat in the first round of playoffs.
Oh man,
Let's don't talk about that one.
that was touchy.
Well, it's just one of those games, you know. You know, they say it's inches.
Yep.
Well, my best kid, he's left-handed. He hit one down the left field line, and it went foul about about inch. Because I went down there and looked. I could have swore there was chalk come up, but I said, God, dog, no, it didn't happen. But you know,
right.
But
I was doing my research on some Celeste High School records and such. I found an interesting one. The highest cumulative score in football, and I'm not sure if you were there for it, in 2016.
No, I'd already
gone?
already taught.
Okay.
Yeah, and they played Bells.
Yeah, I've got a Bell score
That's when Bells threw the ball
when
all
they
over
were
the
throwing
field.
the ball.
Yeah.
a Bell score of 94-74.
Yes.
I remember hearing about that.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
Sounds like
Yes.
a basketball score.
So it was all throwing, obviously,
Yeah.
and no defense.
There was no defense.
Yeah.
That's what Coach Rector told me. He says, we couldn't tackle nobody, and they couldn't tackle nobody. You know?
Everybody's running.
Because I was, matter of fact, I was at Cooper refereeing a ball game, and it was Cooper and Leonard. And we went in at halftime, and, you know, on our little apps. And I looked at it and I went, that ain't no way that's the score.
It's got to be a basketball game.
Yeah, what are they doing? And after the game was over, I, went to Quick Check.
Yeah.
Find out on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And they told me all about it.
Yeah. So what are they telling you up there?
Nobody could tackle, and they was throwing it all over the place. Hey, they had 5 or 6 onside kicks, both teams.
Wow.
I mean,
Jeez.
it was.
Sounds like a fun game.
So that is
I
the
bet
state record for collective points.
It was at or close to it.
I bet.
a state
Hey, it
record.
could be
Yeah.
in. I bet it is.
I
in-
read 180,
Hey.
and that comes up to what, like 176?
Yeah, I bet it is in Class
Sorry,
A.
66.
Very, very
Wow.
possible.
Yeah.
Now these days, I mean, like, who was it the other day? Rockwall and Allen, 60-59.
Duh.
Oh, I'd love to have
It
been
was
that game.
30-30 after the first quarter and 60-60 after the half.
Yeah.
They call that a track meet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Xavier Edwards
Yeah.
was the
Hey,
QB.
Now Zay, he saved them from going to 100
Oh, wow.
because they had
That's where you draw the line.
they stopped us, okay, because we was going in. We took a timeout because everybody was playing, so everybody was playing both ways because we had people hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
So they took a timeout to get a little breath. Well, something happened. We fumbled it, or we stopped us because I wasn't there. I don't know all the details. But the next play, the kid broke their good running back, and Zay called him at the 20
Oh, yeah.
to keep him from going to 100. Yes, yes. That's a good job, Bub.
Yeah.
Woo. But
That's
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
That'd be hard
You
to
talked about
explain.
reffing in Cooper against Leonard. Cooper was the first football game I ever played.
Yeah.
7th grade. I moved up from a little town in Central Texas, Buffalo. We didn't have Pee Wee football or anything, so 7th grade
Was it?
was it.
Yeah.
Right, first time I ever put shoulder pads
Right.
on. You know, and I'm tall. I was a pretty tall kid, and I was probably close to 6 foot by 7th grade, and they were big.
Yeah.
And I remember getting there thinking, "Oh my gosh,
They're always
look at
big.
this!" Yeah, and they
There's something in
ran
the water
over
over there.
us
Oh,
hard,
wow.
hit hard, just angry. you
I know the feeling.
Yeah, it was kind of like those Cuban baseball players where you're like, "Are you really 14?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not driving to school already?" And you
They
know,
have full beards and
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, yeah.
Hey, when I was a freshman, we were in the same. Now we were Class B
mhm.
back then, and we only had 13 kids
Oh wow.
on the team.
Oh, wow.
So and there was 9 of us freshmen,
yeah. Oh,
okay.
Jeez.
and we played Salina.
Oh.
Okay, you ready for this score? This would have been a record. They beat us 82-0, and they called back 5 touchdowns.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Jeez.
Goodness.
Hey.
Man, you couldn't wait for that game to get
Oh
over.
my God, we was running the single wing, and I was the fullback. So my play was catch it and go straight up the middle, right?
Just getting hit.
They had 2 big tackles that went to A&M, the big A&M, okay?
Yeah.
I hit in there, and they would pick me up. I'm not lying. They pick me up with one hand, kind of dust me off, said, "Baby, you're running hard. Keep it up." And they'd send me, and they pat me on the butt and send me back to the huddle. I'm going, golly.
They're just playing around.
They're just playing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not lying. There was one time they broke a long run, and there was a referee running right there, and the kid said, "Hey, ref, look." and he pushed one of us in the back so we would throw a flag. I swear.
Wow.
I swear that happened.
They were decent folk.
Yeah, they were good. I mean, people nowadays, they
Yeah.
beat you as bad as they can.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, no class.
Right.
I mean, no class. That's one of the good things I liked about our coaching staff back in the days, because in football, if we got you 40 points, we were done.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we were done.
Yeah.
In basketball, we get you 20,
Yeah.
we were done. In baseball, if I hit the 10 runs,
Sure.
I was done. I'm not stealing no more.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not, we're not pressing no more. We're not, I
Yeah.
mean,
We, playing sports like I did, there's always teams and towns. I won't call any names, but there are some that, at least during that time, that not only were like the coaching staff not classy, the fans weren't classy,
yeah.
the kids weren't classy. And
Yeah.
just like, I don't want to go over there and play them.
right. Because it's
Yeah.
going to be a battle.
As a coach, you got to know what you're not just doing it to the other coach. You're
Yeah.
doing
You're
it
doing
to
it to
children.
kids.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are kids, and
Yeah.
that's going to stick with them for
And
a long
that's
time.
that's what I always said. That's just not right.
Yep.
That's not right. I mean,
It's different when it's Eli Manning or something.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
Unless they
Yeah.
did it to you last
we
year,
can-
and
yeah.
then you want to get
Yeah.
them back.
yeah.
or the
yeah.
Vendettas were all
Yeah.
about that.
That's different. We're
Yeah.
talking
Blood
about
feuds.
Texas high school football
Yeah,
now.
right.
I guess
right.
I should have said unless you're Rudolph.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that too
Oh
soon?
boy,
Is that too soon?
Yeah, but that guy's dumb. You never take your helmet off.
Mm-mm.
That's stupid.
Or let somebody take your helmet off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Or
Hey,
start
and
a fight with somebody tougher than you.
Hey,
Yeah, that's the lesson there.
yeah,
That's it,
or don't go at somebody that has your helmet.
Yeah.
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 He'll
See
probably
the-
going to give it back to you.
He will.
He's
see the
lucky that
picture?
the helmet came off without his head in it.
Right.
Woo.
You see the picture of it was like at this point is when Rudolph found out who his daddy was, and he was on the ground, and you could see the fear in his eyes. It may have only lasted a second, but in this digital age,
Yeah.
it's there forever.
Yeah, it is.
I'll give it to him. He's got some moxie about him, but
Yeah.
he shouldn't.
No.
He should know when to just turn around and walk away.
Yeah.
Let the ref handle
Jog
that.
back to the huddle, huh?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Hell, the game was over. Let's go. Let's go home.
Dirtiest game you ever played? Not you personally, but it was a dirty game.
Oh shoot.
Got any of those that stand out?
Mm.
We kind of went dirty there, so I figured I'd go
It's
down
all
a
right.
dirty road.
No.
Maybe nothing comes to mind.
Nothing that
Nothing
pops
that
in.
just nothing
Right.
that comes up.
Anybody
Yeah.
trying to pay you off now as a referee to
Yeah. Any
throw a
any
game
bribes?
or two? Or,
No,
or
I
what are you
told-
reffing at? High school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't do little league.
Yeah.
So
So you've been doing that for 4 years
Let's
or
talk
so?
about them classy fans. at Little League.
Yeah, hey.
So you
mamas,
reffing-
mamas and daddies get crazy sometimes.
You
'cause
reffing,
it's just a game.
Football and basketball. Now you do baseball too.
Uh-huh.
You call
Yeah.
baseball
Yeah,
games.
it's all UIL stuff.
Cool.
I'm not doing any little league stuff. I've done.
Line-
I tried that once. In
Have you
baseball.
done
and-
any playoff games?
Yeah, I had one this year. I had Blue Ridge and Grand Saline.
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah.
That was their first round, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
it's just-
Shalene, that's East Texas, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably shouldn't ask the question about being paid off. I was just kidding there.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Seems like when I was a
Hey,
kid.
plus they probably can't afford me.
Yeah.
Is it really worth it?
Yeah, exactly.
To let Blue Ridge win? Come on now.
Hey. Hey,
We're talking
not-
7 figures here.
hey, I'm not going to say nothing because I may have to do their basketball games.
I'm not trying to throw you under the bus here.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with that.
It's funny
Yeah.
reffing on that side. Like I've reffed a couple of like summer league games and
Mhm.
stuff here and Y games and whatnot, and it gives you a little bit of perspective on from when you played
Oh,
to
yeah.
saying, oh man, I was kind of hard on them refs.
Yeah.
a little bit,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And, but hey, one of the good things is, and some of the referees get on me about this, because
right.
I listen too much
Sure.
because I was a coach.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can hear their side.
Well, absolutely.
And I'll tell them, I said, Coach, remember, I was over here standing by you, but you got a point.
Yeah.
I'll go ask,
yeah.
Absolutely. That kind of stuff. And, one of the first games I called, there was a young coach yelling and screaming, and I told him, I said, Coach, that's enough. It wasn't holding. It wasn't pass interference. It's just football.
Right.
And the head coach, who I knew, he walked by and says, hey, shut up. He knows more than you do. And I went, yes,
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah.
But no, it was just that stuff. But I think I can listen to them and talk to them and help keep them out of trouble.
Right. Well,
know.
and too, even as a kid playing, I knew refs were going to miss calls. That's part of it.
Yeah.
But You've all had that one ref that was just terrible.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Or maybe you had a thing against your town. I don't know. But there is
Fabio,
no,
you remember Fabio?
Oh, man.
Oh.
You know, I don't remember much from school, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can remember those types.
there's
and
no
you think,
reason to be just a terrible ref.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Hang it
Well,
up, man.
and sometimes when you have something like that, it's, hey, they're just here for the money.
Right.
Just here for the money. And you
Putting in
just-
their time.
Yeah.
So
putting in their time.
for as long as you've been involved with UIL sports, could you tell me how you've seen them change from when you started to nowadays, and maybe for the better or for the worse?
Well, one of the things that it's kind of okay and kind of not okay. It's this 4 teams into playoffs.
Sure.
It's kind of watered down.
Everybody
know,
makes the playoffs.
Yeah, everybody makes playoffs. Hey, there was a team.
64
there was a
teams,
team
I
that
think,
didn't-
in division class, was it 3, 2A?
Mhm.
2A class 2 or
Yeah.
whatever. There's 64 teams.
That's
Hey.
a lot of games.
Hey, well, there was one team that was 0-10 made playoffs
Yeah.
because there was only 4 teams in the district.
Wow.
That's not right.
Come on now,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too
because
saturated.
hey, there you go again. Those kids. Now, what's that 0-10 team going to do? Be 0-11
Yeah.
Yeah.
and get killed?
We
Yeah.
never win in the playoffs. Next year, you got to win in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But you got to go.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I think that's one of the things they did to get the experience more places. And that's one of the good things about when we were back in the playoffs and stuff. We always got to go play different places, got to,
Mhm.
Sure.
ride the big bus.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
you know,
sure. See different parts
see-
of Texas.
yeah.
We talked to Fletcher
yeah.
about that,
Big-
about
big-
arranging the stadiums and stuff. You
the
guys
big-
kind of set
yeah,
that up.
Yeah, because I'm kind of mad because the year after our last state championship in 02, the next 2 years maybe, it was right in there somewhere, maybe 05, that everything started going to over to Dallas,
Oh,
over to
yeah.
Jerry World.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was mad about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, Rose Stadium is great. You know, Coppell Stadium was
Sure,
great,
it's not
but
Cowboy
hey,
Stadium.
I wanted to go over there.
Well,
you know?
technically, you played Cowboy Stadium in
Yes,
Coppell, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But
Teeny,
but I think that's
teeny
one of the
Cowboy
good
Stadium.
things, you know. Hey, because a lot of these, especially small schools, kids don't get to go a lot of places. You know, a lot of them do, but there's probably 2 or 3 that don't get to go just because of the way family is.
Right.
So it's good for them to see some stuff.
Yeah,
you
it was
know?
really.
I guess
It was really fun for me as like I played at UNT. We had a playoff game against Pilot Point there when I was a junior, I think,
Mhm.
sophomore or junior, and getting to play in a coliseum.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Have we talked about Brody's success this season, or was that pre-show?
That was pre-show.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So he's doing good
yeah,
right
he's
now,
at
huh?
Gilmer, and he's the quarterback coach at Gilmer, and I think they're, what are they, 11-3,
Jeez,
something like
that's
that.
not too shabby.
10-3,
Sounds
something
like
like
a
that.
playoff record.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Well,
3-10.
this week though they've got Pleasant Grove, who was number 1 in their district, and they were number 2, so it's a rematch, and I think they got beat by 10 the first time around. But Brody says, "Hey, look, if we'd have done this and this,
It's hard to beat a team
Couple-
twice.
Yeah, exactly.
changes.
Exactly. But like I was telling you, I think they have 4 or 5 D1s walking around, and
Might be not
might-
too hard.
yeah,
this time.
might be a little harder. I don't know. Yeah,
Sometimes you got to play dirty.
well, hey, you got to be lucky too. You know?
Yeah,
that's
Hey,
true.
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's right. That's right.
That's what they say.
competitive edge is the
Yeah.
Oh, that's,
we
I
don't
should
call
have
it
used that.
cheating.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
competitive edge.
There you
Some
go.
old Coach Wrinkle tactics, turning the heat up in the
Yeah.
in the locker room.
Yeah,
So,
hey,
yeah,
Yeah,
get it uncomfortable.
yeah. Water the field down.
That's it.
Yeah, but everything's turf now, so you can't do that. They took that
true.
out. Yeah.
So it's retirement for you.
Oh, it's great.
How's it treating you?
Oh man.
So
This
you're
is a-
reffing.
I'm reffing
Right.
and playing with the cows.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
How many heads you got?
27.
Nice, yeah.
Waiting on babies. Waiting on
Oh,
babies.
Cool.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it's fun.
For food or fun?
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Just
Tax
fun.
break.
Yeah. And
Tax break
well,
on the
if
way.
I was
you
talking
ask,
about the football.
if you ask, if you ask the wife, it's not a tax break. We're losing money. We need to sell those.
Yeah.
But hey,
What
it gives
kind
me
you got?
something to do.
Angus type, commercial.
No,
Or-
just
Yeah, just
different
whatever.
brand. Yeah.
Gotcha.
A lot of them's Beef Master. and
I
stuff, so
I I called a man's herd mixed match one time, and he said, "Son, it is a commercial cow-calf operation. It's not a mixed match herd."
Well, hey,
I learned a lesson right there.
That must mean he was making some money
Oh,
off
yeah,
of it.
some money. But he made sure to tell me not to call it a mixed match herd.
For the record,
Yeah, he's
tap,
making
tap,
money.
wink, wink.
Yeah, I'm going crud.
I was like, oh, I'm going to pay attention to this one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I had a question, and I lost it
I got one.
amongst the cow poop.
You mentioned reffing is ski money.
Yes.
So you're into
Oh, yeah.
skiing. Is
Yes,
that,
we go skiing in Woodward Park, Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing this about 30 years. Colin Clark, good family friend, my friend since.
Say it again.
Colin Clark.
Okay.
He used to be the superintendent at Celeste, and he's
His son-
retired. Cody.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
Right on.
but we've been going to Colorado for years and years and years.
Cool.
Yeah, and rent a house up there and stay. But hey,
How long you stay up there for?
used to just spring break when he
Okay.
was teaching and coaching
Yeah,
and stuff.
makes
But
sense.
hey, now retirement,
Yeah.
2 weeks.
There you go.
2 weeks. It's fun.
There you go.
It's fun.
We do a little thing on this show called 5 Questions.
Uh-oh.
It's kind of how we close out the show.
Okay.
I've got 5 questions for you. I've got 5 questions for you. I've got 5 questions for you. Boop 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 boodly doo. I've got 5 questions for you. I've got 5 questions for you. I've got 5 questions for you. Boop 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 boodly doo. Sorry about that.
Who did you get to sing that?
It's my brother.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we do 5 questions out of a jar. They are somewhat random, somewhat pre-chosen. Just odd questions that you should have a quick answer for. Maybe think about answer. We'd like to go ahead and do that right now.
All right.
James.
Have you ever driven away with the gas pump still in your tank?
No.
Ooh, good question.
I have.
No.
One time. I was distracted on the phone. I did it. I was embarrassed. My father-in-law, sorry to call you out, Joe, he drove, and it didn't come out his gas tank, so it actually popped the cord.
Yeah.
And he was
That's what they're supposed to do.
yeah, and he was driving down the street, and a police officer pulled him over and said, "Have you gotten gas recently?" And he said,
Yeah,
before he
yeah.
even looked, he just went. As he looked back, it was hanging out the back.
Looked like a tail.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, God.
I did that first time in my life about 2 years ago at the Quick Trip on Wilmouth in 75 in
so
the Jeep.
like
Hey,
I felt
emasculating.
terrible.
Like you
I
don't feel
felt-
like a man.
I felt
I'm
so
gonna
bad.
I'm gonna knock now.
Yeah.
All right.
Jason.
Random question number 2. If you could have a song play every time you walk into a room, what would that song be?
Like
Kind
your
of
theme
like your
song.
theme
I
song.
feel like he's got an answer for this.
Oh, God. Don't let your babies grow up to be
There it
cowboys.
is.
No,
There you
Willie
go.
Nelson?
That's a
Willie.
good one.
Yeah.
All right.
He stopped
That's-
smoking weed today.
Yes, he did. I heard
You
that.
see
Well,
Yes, but he's still
Allegedly.
gonna he's
Yeah.
still gonna eat.
Oh, he's
yeah.
gonna
Yeah, he's just not smoking it.
You're right.
Oh,
It
okay.
doesn't mean he's not
Oh,
ingesting
it means
No,
his
he
lungs
said
hurt.
he said he's gonna the edibles.
it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's
But
old.
hey,
He's
here's
invested.
here's the other thing. He said he was gonna vape.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense. You're gonna smoke. Vaping is
Yeah.
that's the stupidest
Not gonna
thing
help.
I ever seen in my life.
Not going to
Equally
help
as
his paper
unhealthy,
sack
right?
lungs.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he just doesn't like rolling joints anymore.
His
And now that-
fingers
hey,
are probably
yeah.
tired.
Yeah,
Like
it could
really-
be.
So he's like, man, I found these things called edibles
Yeah.
and a vape pen.
Turns out you ain't got to light it all. Just eat it.
Yeah. Brownies.
Yeah. So when was the last time you were on a boat?
Back in
Good questions.
July.
July.
We went on a cruise.
Oh, that's
Cool.
a big boat.
Yeah.
A real big boat.
Yes, it was a big boat.
Yeah.
And yeah, we went to Key West,
Yeah.
Bahamas,
Cool.
and Freeport.
Oh,
Cool.
Did you go to Atlantis?
No, well, I went by it.
Yeah.
I went by it, but we went to see the dolphins
Cool.
at that place.
Yeah.
But on the way home, it was great. I finally talked the wife into going.
Yeah.
It was great. But the last 36 hours,
Little rough.
we found Barry. You remember the hurricane that came in?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes, it was a little rough.
Did
The boat to get to leaning, and you're going,
Oof.
are you coming back
you
up?
go down there for one of those shows and, like, the curtains are swaying?
Yeah,
Oh.
hey, I don't know how they did the shows
Yeah.
with it, some of those times because it was.
They
It
found
was
their sea legs.
yes, they did. Oh, but yeah, no, we went on a boat. I want to go again, but I want to do the Alaskan.
Nah, I want to do the Alaska.
Yes, but I
That's
got
a summertime cruise, right?
yeah, I got to talk the wife back into it because she went check.
Nope.
Yeah. What's the I'm going to sound like an idiot here. What's the river in Europe? The big river in Europe.
There's the Danube.
Danube.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah.
They have a river cruise that I
The
would like
Viking
to do.
route?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Good
I'd like to try
guess.
that.
That's cool.
That was Danube.
The
Yep.
only bad thing,
Mm.
I ain't going to Europe.
Yeah.
Too many crazies.
That's true. But if it's the Viking, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And
It would
eat
be.
a bunch of mushrooms and go berserk on people.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
Wear a horned helmet.
You- Take
Yeah.
Willie with you.
Yeah.
I just want one of those hats. If you go, will you bring me back one of those
Drink.
hats?
Drink blood from the skull of your enemies.
There you go.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Question number 4.
It is random question number 4. Tell me your best and worst job you've ever had.
Best job was coaching, just hands down. And the worst job I've ever had was stacking groceries midnight, the night shift.
The overnight.
The overnight
yeah.
shift
Yeah.
at Safeways in Greenville, way back in the day when they had a Safeways.
Cool.
That was
That sounds pretty bad.
no good.
Worked at a car wash for about an hour, and it was awful.
Oh,
Half a day, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It was a day and a half.
Ah.
Well.
Yeah.
mine was about 2 months.
Oof.
I
You're
went,
"Done
okay,
with
I'm
this."
I can't do this.
Yeah. What is the most famous person you've ever met? Like shaking hands with,
Talk to.
I like
talked
that
to,
question.
whatever, yelled at.
Mm.
It's Jason Fuller, if you can't remember. my
There
name.
you go. There you go. 2 summers ago, or 2 winters ago, skiing, we were up at Winter Park, and I saw. I didn't shake hands with her.
Is it, if you say Gwen Stefani, I'm going to be like, this is the second time this has come up.
No, not her. Carrie Underwood,
Oh,
Okay.
and her
close, kind of.
and her baby.
She's
Really?
pretty famous.
Yes,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, we were right here. I mean,
Pretty
Yeah.
famous.
Really
yes.
famous.
Yeah.
She's also really pretty.
Oh, really? Yes. I
She
was.
is.
I was.
Yeah.
Hey, I know who that is.
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't know who else. I mean,
That's a
pretty
pretty
good
good one.
That is a good
Next
one.
time
Mr.
you're
Fuller here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
next time you're in
appreciate
Winter Park, check out Banksy, the street graffiti artist.
Oh,
He's
okay.
got a piece in Winter Park.
Does he really?
Yeah, it's all my mom and dad were there not long ago.
Oh, okay.
But it's got plexiglass over the front, so it's protected.
Oh, well, hey, they built
If you ever heard about Banksy, check him out. He's really
Yeah.
famous.
I'm sure.
But there's a
I'm
piece
sure
there.
Cody has.
Cool to check
yeah.
out. Yeah, he probably knows
yeah,
where it is.
Yeah,
Easy
because
to find.
they built some new stuff there.
Yeah.
And they were doing another big area. I don't know if it's apartments or what it was, but they was building something this last when we left.
Cool. So
That'd be cool.
you're skiing, or
Colorado.
you just sitting around the campfire?
No, we ski.
Yeah.
I ski. Last year, since I was retired, I've been doing 2 weeks, and last year I skied 12 days in a row.
Cool.
It was great.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fun.
It was great. I love it.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
I love it.
I told the story. I think we were talking about skiing on one episode. I don't ski very often, but I went to Vail a couple years ago, and we made it over the pass just in time for them to close it. And I was there for 4 days. It never stopped snowing. 1 a.m., 1 p.m., doesn't matter, snowing. And because they had closed the pass, there was nobody on the mountain. So all the people I went with who were big skiers, they were like, you need to understand what you're getting right now. This is a gift.
Oh, yes, it is. It
no
is.
lines
Yes.
at the lifts, nobody on the mountain.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Hey, this last time we were there, it came a big storm, and it rained. It snowed almost 20 inches, and it was just coming down. And we're up there just skiing like
Yeah,
crazy
beautiful.
people. Yeah, like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also gives you another perspective of when your parents took you skiing, how much money they spent. And they must love you to spend that much money.
Oh, my gosh.
Because it
That's-
is expensive.
Yes. Yeah. I think all of ours, my son Brody and my stepdaughter and her husband, the fireman, they're all going this year. Everybody's going. Last year they didn't. Nobody went but me.
Better empty out y'all's piggy banks.
I'm telling them. Yeah.
Start
Yeah.
reffing more games.
I know.
You got to
I know.
up them numbers.
I
Pick
know.
up some
Maybe
Little
take-
League, maybe.
Yeah, maybe take a
Maybe
payoff.
I know,
sell off
yeah.
a couple of those cows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
You know where to take those-
I can sell a cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know where you can get those cows butchered at?
Where's that?
Blue Bonnet Meat Company
Blue
here
Bonnets.
in Trenton,
Speaking
Texas.
of Blue
Oh,
Bonnet
here?
Meats,
They got. I didn't know they had one.
yeah.
There's a logo.
I saw. Yeah, I've been seeing that. I didn't know.
Yeah,
It's
they
awesome.
do. They do full butchered
Oh, okay.
cows.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have a storefront too. They got everything you could
Yeah.
want in there.
they got some jalapeno elk summer sausages that'll blow
Gotta
your
drop by
mind.
and check
Wow.
out their showcase.
Wow. Okay.
Some
So,
good stuff
I did not know that.
for cooking and for the front end like yourself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
cow owner.
Coach,
Oh,
we
we got-
appreciate it.
I got one
Yes.
more question for you, just to throw this out there. Do you know when the Blue Devil Stadium was built? Just as a fun fact, what year?
No.
Since you graduated
Hey.
there, you might know.
Well, I know
thought
it.
I'd throw it out
Hey,
there.
I'm 60 and it was there before me.
1947.
Wow,
Okay. I knew it was there before me.
very cool.
Goodness,
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
That was. Yeah.
man, was there quite a while before you?
Yeah. 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 I knew my dad and them played there and everybody. So
Oh.
my uncle.
We appreciate all you've done for your town,
Oh,
your
it's fun.
kids.
Yeah.
We
the,
do.
The
I
folks
do it.
around here,
That's what I did it for, the kids.
and
You
what
know.
you're doing now with the referee and stuff, keeping it, paying it forward, keeping it
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a cool guy, and I've known you for a while, and
Yeah.
not like this, but
Right.
it's good to get to know you,
Right.
and hopefully other people get to know you as well.
Yeah, you're going to be famous
through
now.
this.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
27 people
Well,
are going
hey,
to know who you are.
Hey, the wife said when I got home she wanted my autograph.
Ah, there you go.
Former
I said
athletic head coach, athletic director and head coach of Celeste High School, Mr. Mike Coach Lipsey.
Thanks, Mike.
There you go. Thanks.
And we would like to thank 903 Broadband for taking care of this upload. We are going to get this taken care of, uploaded, and on the internet quicker than you can say Bob's your uncle. From Ivanhoe to Farmersville, Princeton to Commerce,
Bob's your uncle.
everywhere in between. They have a huge map of service coverage. Local internet, local internet from local people. 903 Broadband, 855-903 FLASH Flash.
We will get better at that.
That's all right. First run.